When I dream, I see steeds of cinnamon and ivory, the rings of ginger on the front porch. I used to think they were from the dog. Now I know they're rings of rust. The horses are faster than the breeze that catches my dress and clings to curls as I reach out my small hand that used to fit in yours. Before I drift away, the rainbow light brushes my cheek as I listen to the horse's song. Gravel and barbed wire, the furrowed brows of twisted trees, their visages welcome me, and still I see the bottle tree, honeysuckle and pickle pods, the rowdy rings of ginger still scattered across the porch. The two steeds of cinnamon and ivory watch as I dance to the sway of the wind chime. The bottle tree protects me from the whistles in the wind, colorful glass to keep my wishes safe. Sweet, sticky nectar on my fingertips as hummingbirds bob and weave around power lines. The brick doesn't burn my feet as I dance to the sound of something new. I hear it in the breeze that carries summer away, on the wings of my little emerald friend, and out to the beach, where you'll hold me like sand in your hands, but I will sift between your fingers and fall to the beach, where the tide will carry me out and the moon will illuminate my soul, so you can still see me as I drift away from you. If I had a sand dollar for every time I thought of you, I'd be rich in rarity, for so often sand dollars are fragmented, but even more frequently do I think about your soul and how it has reached out to mine. Can you hear my whistle beneath the waves? Is that why you come back? The little girl in the sundress misses your face. I miss you too. Sunsets must taste sweet, what I'd give for the salty skies you soar through, like an unbridled seahorse towards the papaya sun. I'll chase your tail and the family you follow, because I long to be together again. Thank you.
The plastic crinkles from the bouquet in my hands. The blooming flowers cut neatly and fresh, the most beautiful flowers for a beautiful girl. Roses, with their luscious shade of red and blossoming petals of vibrant hues. But what about the way they look defines their beauty? We choose to ignore the thorns upon their stems or the face they show to the world. So who is to say that the rose is more beautiful than the pansy, or the vibrant colors of the orchid, or the sweet delicacy of the daisy? They don't have thorns upon their stems, but it's what we've always known. Roses are the most beautiful. Everyone knows that. But when the rose finally dies, when its petals wilt and decay, only then does its beauty die too. I thought that death was considered beautiful, a farewell to the life once lived, a symbol of peace and eternal life. But only when it comes to things we cherish, right? We only cherish the lives of those who go unnamed once they're gone. Like the girl who sat in the back of the class alone, no friends to laugh with, no place to call home. She would dread entering the doors of her classes each day. Each step felt like pulling shackles around her feet. But she would rather suffer with the teases and loneliness and stay home, because she lived in a house of people who might as well be strangers, who only spoke when they argued. She felt like she had nothing. All she saw of herself were her thorns. So she crumbled up and let herself die. And nobody noticed her struggle and pain until it was too late. The notes placed around her locker read, "You were always the most beautiful girl. You had such a contagious laugh. We all love and miss you. But it's too late." I want to say sorry to her. I'm sorry nobody could see your pain. I'm sorry nobody cared. I'm sorry nobody saw your beauty. And I am so sorry that you will never see the world again. So I'll bury you in a coffin of flowers to represent what they did to you. And as I place the bouquet on top of her coffin, the red roses, vibrant and luscious, unaware that her favorite flowers have always been carnations, I think of the life she could have lived if the world didn't decide to throw her away when she wilted, because they didn't realize that you decayed long before you died.
I remember when I was young. I went to a friend's house and there was an older male, not like a sibling or a cousin, but like a man my mom's age. I remember looking at my friend's family, then at mine. I remember thinking, who is he? Why is he at all my friends' houses but mine? Years have gone by, yet that question still lingers in my mind. Only now I know who that man is. So my question now being, where's my dad? I figured out who he is in a general context. I know why my house consists of only 4 women and no man. But I don't know why he left. This question has stayed dormant in the farthest part of my mind, but today it rises to the front. The desire to see him, know him, understand him has become great. I want to see him and finally understand why my mothers and sisters say I look like him. Understand why they say of his eyes, teeth, even nails. I want to know his favorite games, food, sports, anything. I want to know more than he liked Pepsi. And I only know that because I love Pepsi, yet the rest of my families are Coke lovers. I just want to know him. I want to know my dad. I want to understand him and why he left. I want to understand why he chose to lie about me twice. I want to know why he doesn't want me. For years, I watched my friends with their dads. I watched my friends grow hand in hand with their father. I watched my friends go to them when they argued with their mother. I watched my friend's dad hug her close and long. For years, I've seen this over and over. For years, I've watched my friends have dads. The pain I feel when I see my friend's dad embrace them. The pain I felt when I read A Girl's First Love is Her Father. The pain I felt and feel in my chest when I'm asked what happened to my dad. I can't describe it. The first love I was supposed to have broke my heart even before I was old enough to understand what heartbreak was. The male that was supposed to walk me down the aisle walked away even before I could stand. The male who was supposed to be the first guy to ever hold me wasn't even there for my arrival in this world. My dad was never there. And yet, there are so many nights I hope and pray he would come back. I'd hope I'd meet him one day. I'd pray that he would come back. I wish he would have stayed through my first words, my first step, my first A, my first game. I wish he had stayed through the dark days when all I wanted was to die. The days where Mom and I argued. The days all I wanted was the man I had no memory of. The days I just wanted my dad. Still, even after 17 years, I hope that one day I will get to know my dad's touch. I hope that I'll get to feel his embrace. I hope I'll hear his words of praise instead of the eerie silence when I try to think of his voice. I hope that one day I'll hear my dad say, "I love you," with a smile on his face. But then again, that's just a hope. One I can reach for eternity, yet it'll always be out of reach. Because deep down I know that I will never get an answer to, where's my dad?